Hello, everyone, and welcome to this exclusive launch day interview with the one and only Fleur Chambers. Welcome, Fleur.
Thanks for having me, Karen. I'm really excited to be here.
If only I'm sitting down, I'm happy dancing. My feet are happy dancing on the floor because this book is number 2 of your collection, and what a collection. So let's talk about first the Fleur Chambers collection, which I'm so excited about because the vision and the energy and the visuals you put into your books are just they're just so high quality, high class, but they bring us somewhere special within ourselves. Can you share a little about that?
Absolutely. Well, I'm just committed to bringing beautiful things into the world. So I have a meditation app where all the music has been created, especially all the graphics, all of my words blends together. And same with the books. I just decided with self-help books, it's really nice for people to feel safe, engaged, inspired visually, because then we can just go a little bit deeper. And I think everyone deserves an illustrated book, not just children. And so I really like also the creative process of working with illustrators. So you can imagine if you give an illustrator a brief around an emotion you would like people to feel or a memory you'd like them to experience, and then you ask them to recreate it on a page, it's actually a really fun and creative process. And I love that.
Oh, it's just pure magic, honestly, whenever words come to life in an image, the visual that an illustrator foresees in their own mind, and you give them the freedom to do that. And you have 2 beautiful illustrators in your books. So you've got 10 Pathways and Wholehearted Confidence. And today we're launching Wholehearted Confidence, which is just so beautiful. And can you just give a shout out to the illustrator that you have in Wholehearted Confidence?
Yes, Eliza Todd. Massive shout out to her. Her Instagram handle is A Piece of Work. Huge shout out because I approached her as a stranger from the other side of the world. She lives in America, and she was just on board from the get-go. And there was a lot of toing and froing around creative expression, and she was just there for it all. So I was really grateful.
And it's not a 32-page children's book that she was taking on either. It's a 232-page book, and it's just so beautiful. And don't worry, guys, if you're watching, you're going to get a sneaky peek inside the book today, and we've got a special exclusive offer for anyone who goes to KMD Bookstore and grabs their copy today. Don't we, Fleur?
We do. We absolutely do. And the other thing about illustrations as well is it really allows us to drop from that often critical, adult, busy mind deep into our heart and that sense of vitality and youth that we all have, because we all remember picture books growing up. And so I feel like with the illustrations, people are just able to drop deeper into their heart and to learn more.
Absolutely. And that I always say about a visual draws you into the text, and it softens sometimes the subject matter and allows you to open up your heart and receive it with the intention of what it's delivered with. So we've talked about illustrations. Can we talk a little about the words? Because, Fleur, these words just flowed for this book. It was a totally different experience for you writing Wholehearted Confidence than it was 10 Pathways. Can you share? Because I know aspiring authors and other authors will learn from your experience.
Yeah, thank you. And that's a great question. Well, 10 Pathways really was an exploration into my own experience with chronic pain. And then I created a framework to support other people navigate their experiences of pain. And this second book was more of a celebration of my community. So I created this confidence course during lockdown, which was a meditation course that 10,000 people went through. And I just realized that so many people were loving the ideas that I was presenting. So I sent an invitation out to my community and asked if anyone wanted to work more deeply with these ideas. And if so, I would share their stories in this book. So this book really is a celebration of all the people that were willing to do the inner work through this framework and offer me a slice of their inner world so I could then put it into a book. So there's characters in the book. We hear from them, their experiences, and I also back it up with evidence and my own experience. But I'm not in this book as much as I'm in 10 Pathways.
Yes, yes. Well, we know the stories and when people journey, and as people journeyed with you and trusted the process, the inner work sometimes isn't pretty, Fleur. You know, it can be quite messy. We know it. We journey. We show up for the journey, but it can be so messy. But when we endure it and have the breakthrough after the struggle, in that hindsight, then what we've learned has to be shared so that it can help others on their journey. Is that the essence of this?
Absolutely. And you allude to that idea of also feeling safe whilst you do the inner work. And so that's really something I was very passionate about. So whenever I guide people in a meditation or when I write my books, it's always around feeling safe first and foremost, safe in our physical bodies, safe in our natural environment, safe in our hearts. And that's when we can then go deep. And so that's really the environment I want to create in this book and in all the work that I do. So people can feel comfortable to be with their memories, to be with their childhood, to be with their shadows, but also to feel safe whilst doing it.
Yes. And if you're watching either live or the replay, Fleur is going to treat us at the end of this interview to one of her exclusive meditations. So just get yourself comfy and prepped for that. I'm going to be going off screen and enjoying it myself. But it's one of the things around this whole process of this book coming together is the peace and the harmony and the safe space for emotions to percolate and to be explored and things like that. Was that the intention behind this book, Fleur? Because it's definitely the vibration it's emitting.
Yeah, I think there's a level of maturity that certainly came for me after 10 Pathways. And peace has really just been the energy that's come about as I've been writing this book. And ironically, it's wholehearted confidence. So this is the beauty of writing, is you learn and you embody what you're writing at the same time. So I really feel wholeheartedly confident. I feel quietly self-assured. I feel comfortable in my own skin, and I feel trusting in life. And also I feel okay with the moments of self-doubt and the vulnerabilities that come up when you share yourself this way. So as always, art imitates life, life imitates art. It's the same with writing. So everything that I've written about and explored, I'm also experiencing firsthand today.
It is that no matter how much you evolve, achieve, no matter what, you will always be growing in a sense. It is that, isn't it, Fleur? It's just as you journey, you share and then bring others along. And when they're there meeting you, no matter whether you're further along or not, the book is there to meet them, welcome them, and hold their hands through that next season of their journey. It's just a beautiful gift to the world whenever you show up for a story this way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do laugh remembering back to a conversation you and I had when I launched 10 Pathways, and I wasn't as relaxed as I am as I launched Wholehearted Confidence. And I was talking to you about the highs and the lows and the anxiety and the overwhelm and the joy. And you just said in one overarching statement, yes, Fleur, it's the writer's journey. You mean everyone goes through this, not just me? So I also think normalizing the vulnerabilities that come with putting yourself out there, whether it be going for a new job, meeting a new partner, speaking more from the heart, trying a new sport, a new hobby, whatever it is, We need to normalize the wobbles, the moments where the self-doubt comes in, the moments where we're worried we won't be good enough. And so that's really what Wholehearted Confidence is about. It's about knowing that you don't need to wait to start. You don't need to wait till you've lost a few kilos. You don't need to wait till you've got more money. You don't need to wait till you finish that course before you dive deeper into life. We just take the plunge, and we do that because we know that all the vulnerabilities, all the insecurities, it's just part of the human experience. And if we can learn to befriend these, get a sense of where they sit in our body, how they feel in our hearts, then we can actually embrace them, and ultimately they'll be there to teach us something. And so that's what I love about this definition of confidence. It's like you can feel confident today.
Yes. Yes. And you took away my next question, so I'm going to have to recalibrate and give you another one, because my question was, what is the definition of wholehearted confidence for you? And you've just really articulated it so beautifully in your actions and in how you've approached the project in itself, the essence of it, but also in how you explain it, with just opening your heart and being confident with where you're at, and not everything has to be perfect. But being the progression of the moving forward, the moving through it, into it, and get, and moving for you, motivated by what it is that you want to achieve as well. Bringing others along.
Adding to that, so what the Wholehearted Confidence framework really is about, there's 4 parts to it. And the first part is just really acknowledging your childhood, the conditioned responses, the moments when you were young, when someone said you were shy or not good enough, or you're the sporty one, but your sister's the clever one. All these little stories that we attach to, and they sort of form this identity we have when we're older. I'm just shy. I'm not naturally confident. I could never speak in public. So it's about just creating a little bit of space between us and these conditioned identities. So that's the first part. The second part is that being willing to be with your entire experience, insecurities and all. The third part is really taking the time each day. So often we're caught in not enough, in judgment, in comparison, but actually each day beautiful things happen. A hug that lasts longer than we thought, a beautiful flower blossoming, your dog being happy to greet you after a long day. And so if we can just intentionally land in those moments for a little longer, that's the third aspect to feeling confident. And then the fourth one is acknowledging that there's this wealth of information, of intelligence, of magic, of life force, whatever you like to call it, existing out there to help us. And if we can come down from our busy thinking mind and we can connect with the wisdom in our body, the wisdom in our heart, intuition, if you like, source and nature, then we actually realize that we're safe in the natural ebb and flow of life, and that life actually is always supporting us, even if it offers us surprises. So it's really this 4-part framework that I created. And then from here, we use all of this to actually contribute to the world in big or small ways. So we don't cultivate wholehearted confidence so we can get more money in the bank and so we can climb the career ladder and we can be happy. We actually do it to be a better citizen, to be a better human, and to believe in our capacity to contribute to the world.
I'm just going to pause for a moment for everyone just to pull that in. Wow. That's it. That's Wholehearted Confidence, guys. Get the book, bring it home with you. Have it there on that shelf in those moments where you need to just delve into it. It's just beautiful. Like that framework, Fleur, it's genius. And that was gifted to you to gift to us, to gift to the world. Just absolute magic. And Catherine, I want to bring her comment back up onto screen because she said, love this idea of normalizing vulnerability. Can you just comment to that?
And a big shout out to Kath because she was in my research group and offered some really, really beautiful and brave insights. So much gratitude to you, Kath. This normalizing of vulnerability, absolutely. There's no avoiding it. We all experience it. And when we can soften into it and not resist it, it just makes it so much easier, and we can be more tender with ourselves. So often we brush up against ourselves so harshly. Oh, I wish I wasn't thinking that. I shouldn't have done that. Other people aren't as critical of themselves as I am. Other people don't have imposter syndrome. No, we all do. It's part of the human experience. So when we just create a little space, when we're curious, when we're playful, when we just soften our resistance, we can just welcome the entire experience and life gets easier from there.
Okay. Who wants to get seeing this book? Because, you know, Fleur has just shared with us there that we're just too hard on ourselves. We need to go easier on ourselves. And this book will help us all just to embrace that and to learn through story, the power of story and the power of people's personal experiences that can benefit us on our journey. So I'm going to share the book, Fleur, okay? Okay, so this is obviously the inside of the book. There's been lots of wonderful testimonials that you'll see within the book whenever you get your copy in the post in the next few days. So here's our contents, Fleur, and I'd love for you to speak on the reimagine, befriend, grow, expand, those 4 main things in there. Just touch a little bit more on them so that people can know what to expect a little, but also keep a bit of mystery.
So the reimagine is, what would confidence really look and feel like to you if you ignored all the stereotypes? That confident people always have an answer, they have a strong handshake, they never feel insecure. If you let all of that go, what would actually confidence look and feel like for you? So that's that part. The befriend is around, how do you actually be with the shadows of not feeling like you're enough, those perfectionist tendencies, the people pleasing, the imposter syndrome? How do you just soften into those and often access a little nugget of gold that's in there? The grow is really growing the good, the moments when you feel satisfied, when you feel connected, when you feel safe. How do you actually do that each day? And then expand is just that sense of expanding into the intelligence that's out there, the intelligence in our bodies, in our hearts, that connects with intuition and nature. Nature is a huge one for me in terms of accessing wisdom.
Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, so we're going to share with you something. You're getting to get a little insight into the book here, how it's just so beautiful and easy to digest. But this illustration here, for me, it just, as soon as I see it, I just shoulders back, heart open, and I breathe. And I just sit in that moment. This is like my mindful moment image. And in that, myself and Fleur have spoken about having an exclusive print for anyone who buys a copy directly from KMD Bookstore. You will receive an exclusive signed print from Fleur of this, so you can frame it. I know I'll be framing mine and putting it on my wall to remind me, and also my children, I've got teenage girls coming through, to remind them just to pause and stand in that wholehearted confidence. This is just an image, and this is only one of the illustrations, and it does this to me. Can you imagine what the book does? And that illustration then draws me into the text and the page across from it, and I just embrace that text with so much more of an open heart. So that's my experience. Fleur, can you share your intention behind this image?
And I'm so pleased that energetically you've felt into this, Karen, because it really is the energy of the book. And it's funny that you chose this illustration, because this was actually the title of the book initially when the book came to me. And then I decided to make it a little clearer, Wholehearted Confidence. But what we're doing is, when we move through our days, busy, striving, focusing on the next thing, our posture really shifts out. Our neck tilts forward, our head gets heavy, our shoulders hunch, and our heart really closes off. And so what I wanted to do here was invite people to have this subtle postural shift, which will just, through the mind-body connection, enable you to feel more open and receptive and wholehearted. And I'll walk you through a practice at the end of this interview, but you can already see, without any aggression or striving, just allowing your shoulder blades to just move down your back ever so slightly. And from there, your heart opens. And imagine what life would look and feel like if we were all walking around feeling quietly confident, comfortable in our own skin, and willing to be in our heart space more, willing to listen more than speak, willing to soften the blame, the comparison, the judgment. So that's really the intention of this, to sense into the softening of the shoulders and the opening of the heart.
Beautiful. I'm just going to share Carol's comment here, because Carol Goodman has shared, wonderful to hear you speak, Fleur. It is beautiful. And it is that we could listen to you all day. But we're not going to do that to you. We're going to just look through another few pages, maybe one more illustration, and see the way there's nice bullet points. We've all got hills to climb. Now, is that not the truth right there? Can you share some wisdom around that, Fleur?
Again, that's normalizing this idea that pain, challenges, suffering is part of the human experience. And I think historically, with this old, outdated notion of confidence, we've put confident people out there thinking they don't have any troubles, their life is easier than mine. Confident people never get nervous before they speak. They feel self-assured. They know their next move. But the truth is, we all have challenges. We've all got hills to climb. And the people we see as confident, they're human, just like us. They've got their shadows, they've got their insecurities, but they've just created a little bit of space. They're just not so pulled in by these stories.
Yes. Just yes. That's all I got to say to that. So as you can see, the book is just exquisite. It's beautiful, and it's just like a sanctuary. It really and truly is. And I've got one here. If you want one in your home, go to www.kmdbooks.com/wholehearted confidence, and you will see a link to KMD Bookstore in there that will bring you there to get your copy and your exclusive print that we will be sharing over the next few weeks of our launch period, a whole February launch period of Wholehearted Confidence. And what a good, I feel the year only begins in February for me, so what a wonderful way to start the year. So gorgeous. So Fleur, I'm going to step out and I'm going to let you take the lead to bring us through your meditation. Are you ready?
Absolutely. So this is just a simple practice that you can do in the morning, before you go to bed, when you're in the car and you notice your posture shifting. And it's really just inviting you into the essence or the energy of wholehearted confidence. So if you'd like, you can close down your eyes now, or you can keep them open. And just having a breath or two as you connect with your body. And now imagining or sensing the sky above. Perfectly blue. Maybe there's birds, a few wispy clouds. And now, using your imagination and creativity, can you sense that there's a smile in the sky? This doesn't have to be some cheesy smile. It can just feel like an energy of warmth, of friendliness, of receptivity. And feeling into this energy of a smile. And as you breathe in, just seeing if you can invite it to land on your body. This sense of smile and friendliness, softening your eyes. All those tiny little muscles within and around your eyes. This sense of smile allowing you to soften your jaw, your cheeks. This sense of smile from the expansive sky above, allowing your shoulder blades to drop down your back just a little. As you take a deep breath into your heart opening. This sense of smile landing in your belly like a sense of warmth and relaxation. Friendliness and warmth from the sky above, moving all the way down your legs, feet, 10 toes. And now can you feel that your whole body is relaxed? There's a sense of friendliness, of warmth, of aliveness within you. And now, in the spirit of wholehearted confidence, we're going to share this with the earth below. So as you breathe out, imagining your confidence, your inner friendliness, moving deep into the earth beneath you. With each exhale, long and smooth, offering your warmth, your friendliness with the earth below. And so this is the energy of wholehearted confidence, connected to the expansive sky full of possibilities. We receive the energy of a smile. We allow it to land in our body, mind, and heart. And then we breathe it out and we share it with the earth below. And this practice only took a few moments. Hopefully it allowed some softening of those self-critical thoughts, the ruminations, the to-do lists, and it just reminded you that you're held by the sky above, that sense of friendliness, and that you can contribute to the earth, to the world beneath you. You can open your eyes, come back to this moment. And so, Karen, as a meditation teacher, all my books are committed to having mindfulness practices in there. So that practice is in the book. There's probably 30 different practices as you move through the book. They're illustrated in different ways, so you'll know what they are. They're mindfulness practices or writing practices, but really bite-sized little moments where you can get creative and have some fun and explore the teachings in the book. Karen, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I muted myself so I could be totally immersed. Beautiful. See, look, I just got a clearing. There we go. Lisa shares, beautiful Fleur. I feel very relaxed and calm after this practice. And I think that it's so important because this is leadership. This is the future of leadership. Is soft, is gentle, is guiding. And leadership doesn't have to be loud. And you're such a beautiful leader, Fleur, guiding us all and showing up and having the courage to do this and share your beautiful practices with us all, and your voice, oh, exquisite, honestly. And I love your Happy Habit app, and I often listen to it first thing in the morning because it's only a few minutes and it just sets your day, starts you off on a beautiful trajectory for your day in the energy of this gorgeous energy that only goodness will come from. And to have this whilst you're reading Wholehearted Confidence as well, wow, a true gift, honestly. Oh, Fleur, thank you so much for immersing us all in the experience of this book, because this book isn't just a book to read from front to back and to never visit again. It is a book to experience and to keep revisiting and revalidating the growth that you do, because as you grow, you're going to see different things in the book, as with 10 Pathways, that will resonate with you at different times, and that will ignite and make something glow within you that you can take and nurture and grow in your own spirit and soul with. I don't know if you intentionally do that, but it's something that really comes through your work. And I love what your work so much. I even mentioned it in one of my TEDx talks. It was like, you have to get this in here. The world needs to know. And the Happy Habit app, kudos to you, has been downloaded over 3 million times now. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Look at it, it's so humble. I would be singing it from the rooftops, but so humbly. But it's such a gift. It's such it's a really big part of my life, and I gift it to my children as well. So it's a beautiful ripple effect into the world. And now we get to celebrate Wholehearted Confidence. So thank you so much, Fleur. Thank you so much for showing up and sharing, because this has been a labor of love. And it's no mean feat, pulling together the words, going through the editing process, then going through the full process of laying out and bringing in illustrations. And you do it so beautifully and gracefully. So I think that is something that we really have to acknowledge, so that you can gift this book to the world. That is very little investment for all of the substantial amount of value within these pages. So thank you.
Well, Karen, I would like to thank you for your support in me, in my books, in my ideas, in my writing, in my progression. I'm really grateful. And I guess I'm sending this book out into the world with a huge amount of gratitude for the people that have taken the courses, for the research group, for illustrators, designers, editors, your team. It certainly is a team effort. And I also just feel so grateful that I live in a country where I can express my opinion safely, and where I've been able to cultivate an audience who are willing to go on the journey with me. So sending Wholehearted Confidence out with a huge amount of gratitude today.
Received. I'm sure everyone's like, received. Thank you. Well, what a beautiful note to end on. But everyone, go and get your copy. You will find it popping up online, but there's no better place to go and get it than with us, who has stock ready to go, and beautiful gift as well to go with it. No matter where you are in the world, come to KMD Group Bookstore, and we have shipping for $9.95 across the full world as of February, which is now. So we're kicking it off with Fleur's book, Wholehearted Confidence. So Fleur, is there anything you want to say to everyone before we go?
No, that's all. It's been my pleasure.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much, Fleur.
Thanks so much.